Hello everyone. Welcome to this video on ASME Volunteer Awards, ways to recognize your professional section members and their service to ASME. I'm Colleen Kennedy, a volunteer with the Oregon section, and this video is part of our series to document processes all professional sections can use. For more videos, visit our YouTube channel. Search Oregon ASME and see the ASME logo. And now let's get started. The agenda will be to look at two different kinds of awards, an ASME Fellow and the Dedicated Service Award for volunteers. Here together we'll be learning facts on these two awards, the basic steps you can use to nominate another member, and who to contact at headquarters for more information. As a volunteer leader, you have a lot of responsibility to your professional section. You'll be hosting educational and technical events, facility tours, working on having a good budget for your section, but you should also be thinking on ways to recognize key members of the section and other volunteers. The ASME strategy has core values, and one of these core values is to promote the technical and societal contributions of engineers. To start with, we'll look at Fellow. The ASME Fellow changes your membership grade from member to Fellow. It's definitely an award for those people who have had outstanding service to the engineering profession. Now, any member of ASME can nominate another member. On the list so far, they've only had 3,000 ever granted. So here's the key. An ASME member has to have worked in engineering for at least 10 years and had at least 10 years of active membership in ASME. So I'm sure there could be a time where someone maybe have had a break and wasn't a member and came back. As long as you've had 10 years of membership, you're good. And here's how it works. The Committee of Past Presidents is the committee that makes the selection and the approval. There's a dedicated website that you can use to upload all the materials you'll need for the application. They're reviewed 4 times a year, so it won't be just one due date every year before these are looked at. They're looked at every 3 months. All the steps are really well documented. ASME.org down here at the awards and honors site on fellows, and there's many materials there. They have different templates you can use for the nomination, for letters that need to be submitted, and all the details on the qualifications that they look for. So to start, you have to have your ASME login and password to proceed. You'll also need to know the nominee's first and last name and their member number. Now, if you don't know that number or maybe a spelling on a name for some reason, we can contact headquarters and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Now, I've recently done this for a nominee in the Oregon section. It begins at fellows.asme.org. When you go there, it'll have you able to log in to the Fellow application. We'll type in that nominee's name and their member number, and you can start the whole process. The nomination requires several elements, things you have to get together to complete it. The sponsor letters are letters written by people who know the nominee. They know their service and they can talk about their unique qualities. And they have templates back at that asme.org Fellows page that you can use to show people the style of the letter and the kind of contents it needs. Now, you'll also have to have a letter from you, the nominator, and how you know the person and information that you can provide. You should also ask them or obtain their resume. 1 to 2 pages of the qualifications and a list of up to 10 publications can be submitted. They have a special email in case you have questions, fellows@asme.org. So you've started to prepare the materials, you've gone to the website to log in. What's nice is you can upload and save the content consistently coming back before a final submittal, because it'll take maybe several weeks or a couple months to get all this together and be complete. Now, when you do that final submittal, you receive an email to acknowledge receipt of the application. Every quarter, the committees review the fellows that have been nominated. It starts with FRC, Fellows Review Committee. They are looking to see that the nomination is complete. All the materials are included. They submit the names of the completed applications to the Committee of Past Presidents, and they make the final selection. From the time that you submit the name to the time that you receive the answer back, it could take 6 to 8 weeks for the total process to be completed. What's nice on the fellows.asme.org page is this nice information screen. So it gives you the email and phone number in case you have to contact customer care to get, for example, a member's number. And it also gives you the contact name of the person at headquarters to contact about the application for specific questions. Now, when you've submitted that name, you'll be informed when they have been accepted, or if they are declined, you'll find out why. If they're accepted, you'll be able to receive a certificate, a lapel pin, and a special name badge they get to wear. So there's also information on how to hold an award presentation and take pictures, promote the honor on your professional section community page and through headquarters. So one of the key questions that the application form has is this a surprise? You could complete all the materials and letters without the nominee knowing it, and then, once they've been accepted, have the awards ceremony as a surprise. I'll leave that up to you. For the nominee that I put forward to, I worked with them. It was a surprise to them that I wanted to put forward their name, but I did need their help to obtain the letters and to get a nice resume from them. I wanted to work with the applicant. Now that was just my choice. You can do this either way. The next award I want to talk about here is the Dedicated Service Award. Now this one is for volunteers in the sections. It honors unusual dedicated volunteers because they're looking for what they call outstanding performance, effective leadership, prolonged service. I like these last two: devotion, enthusiasm, faithfulness. Well, that's the description from headquarters, but you get the idea. This is for service to ASME volunteers that sort of go above and beyond what others have done. So, any ASME member may propose a nominee through a designated nominator. I have a name of a person I want to put forward to get it, but I'm not a nominator. There's only certain people that can do that. There's a really nice list I'll show you in a minute. Essentially, it's senior vice presidents, segment representatives, board chairs, etc. Presidents, past presidents, board of governors. Now, the person that receives the award gets a nice plaque, a certificate like the one shown here, and again, a special kind of pin. Now, they have to have served, again, for at least 10 years as a volunteer. This kind of award is reviewed once a year. So every December 1st, they take all the nominations and look at them all at one time. A form is sent to the ASME Honors Office and awarded by the ASME Committee on Honors. So here's Fran McKiver's name at asme.org, and she's also the contact, besides the fellows, also for dedicated service. Here's a picture of the plaque they receive. Now, the application form includes an area where you can write a 40-word citation on their service to ASME. You'll also have 3 names of nominators that agree that this person should receive the award, and 2 other people called endorsers. Now they confirm the qualifications and requirements. They've seen the service, they've seen it, the action, and can attest to that from having worked with that person. You should also have a list of the service and the years it was performed. They have a nice page to talk about the award here at asme.org, Dedicated Service Award. When you go there, the page is set up to show information. As you can see, this began in 1983. What they receive, a plaque, a certificate, and a pin, how it's done, but you have to scroll down to the bottom of the page. At the bottom is this area, Resources, Dedicated Service Award Nomination Form, and Nomination Instructions. These documents are Word files. I've downloaded them and opened them here for you to see. So basically it's the date, the submission, the name, their position, address, the citation, the nominators' names. They also have endorsers, the service that they've done, and it must amount to a minimum of 10 years. They have an area for other awards the person's received, signatures, and then some information from headquarters and also an anticipated date that an award would be presented. The document that was described as instructions has more information on the purpose and criteria and exactly the kinds of people that have requirements, who can nominate, membership requirements, and this list, dedicated nominators. So here's all the people that can put forward a name. They've got senior vice presidents, committee and board chairs, the president, president-elect, past presidents. All these people can put forward one name a year. So an example would be to contact one person and see if you're able to submit a name. It's possible that they may already have someone they're putting forward. They could help you contact someone else that could put forward that name. But at least here you can see who are the correct ones to contact. That same page has the information for Dedicated Service Awards. Again, it's Fran McKiver at headquarters. Well, thanks everyone for listening, and hopefully this has given you some more information on different kinds of awards that you should consider for the members of your professional section and local volunteers. Thanks again for watching.